Hello guys, today we got a 3v3 game mode tier list and let's jump right to it. Okay, this tier list is gonna include how the average brawler does in every single 3v3 game mode tier list. And if you haven't watched my solo showdown tier list or my other tier lists, then you should go watch them. So this is the 4th tier list, and there's the whole tier list thing, like my past 3 tier lists, since this is the 4th tier list. My whole other tier lists have been like messed up because of the balance changes. So this is like the only time where I'm not happy to have balance changes. Like otherwise I would be super like happy because I mean they did good balance changes, although some of them were kind of weird. Okay, but without further ado, let's jump right to it. Okay, the worst brawler at 3v3 in the D tier, we have Penny. Now Penny overall is just like since the meta is very balanced right now. Penny's just like she isn't better than other brawlers, and also she didn't get a buff for the balance changes. Okay, at 32 we have Bull. Now Bull overall isn't very good at 3v3 because he requires a certain type of team, and overall Siege and Heist are like the only one he's pretty good in. Okay, so at 31 we have 8-Bit. Now 8-Bit overall, I just think he's really bad, and basically he's pretty good in Showdown, so he can't be like super good in 3v3. Okay, at 30 we have Nita. Now like same story as 8-Bit. Nita I just think is like pretty trash. So yeah. And overall, overall she's pretty trash. Okay, at 29 we have Piper. Now Piper with Nita and 8-Bit are also pretty trash, and like this is like the even base for Piper. Okay, so now we're going into the C tier. These brawlers are starting to get okay at 3v3 but aren't the best. So at first we got Frank. Now Frank is pretty good in 3v3, but he needs his teammates to do certain things, and if they're being real randoms, then they can't do that. So he can't he's not very good if he's like 1v3ing other brawlers. But like since if you're doing a 1v3, then you'll obviously like be horrible at it. But it's even worse for Frank. Okay, at 27 we have Jessie. Now Jessie didn't get a balance change thing, and so I just think she's not very good overall. And in the overall 3v3 game mode, this is the spot I put her at. Okay, at 26 we have Sandy. Now Sandy Sandy requires a certain team slightly of tanks to beat other brawlers. And also the tanks have risen, which means Sandy has dropped because she likes to face off low HP brawlers most of the time. Okay, at 25 we have Rosa. Now Rosa, there's a lot of brawlers that during the balance change they passed her, in 3v3. So yeah. Okay. Next we have at 24 is BB. So BB, there's a lot of brawlers that passed her, and then in 3v3 overall, so there's a lot of brawlers that passed her overall, and then 3v3, there's just brawlers that are slightly better than her. Like the next brawler at 23, Pam. Now Pam got a buff, and now in 3v3 she's like just slightly better than BB. So yeah. Alright, next in the tier list at 22 we have Shelly. Now Shelly in the overall 3v3 is just like basically at this spot, just above Pam, and the last brawler in the C tier with the like pretty good okayness. Like pretty okay, I guess, what you can call it. Okay, so now we're entering the B tier. And at 21 we have Ems. Now Ems got a big buff since so like Ems and Shelly got a big buff because now since most tanks got a buff, then they're gonna be played a lot. So like it's like the tanky meta now. Okay. And so she got buffed because of this. And so like she got buffed in 3v3 modes too, in 3v3 game modes too. Okay. At 20 we have Max. Now Max is just like right at this spot. She the tanks went up, and that's like she doesn't really care about that much. Although yeah. But she's just pretty good in them in 3v3 overall. Okay, at 19 we have Crow. Now Crow, the tanks went up, and he just like stayed because he's decent against tanks in 3v3. And so yeah, but his jump makes him very good in 3v3, and his poison, so he's like a support brawler in 3v3, and that just makes him like he's a support brawler. Okay, at 18 we have Leon. Now Leon got this big buff from the balance change, and now he's pretty solid in 3v3. Like just like Leon and Crow are pretty similar, and Leon just like barely better than Crow. Okay, at 17 we have Mortis. Now Mortis, the tanks rose, so Mortis dropped. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. But in the average 3v3, Mortis is still pretty solid. Okay, at 16 we have El Primo. Now El Primo, he got a buff, and it was a pretty solid buff. And also in 3v3 and Brawl Ball and Heist and even Siege, he's really good. But what holds him back is how bad it is. Not how bad, but how like not as good he is in Gym Grab and Bounty. Okay, at 15 we have Daryl. Now Daryl, the tanks went up, so that didn't really bother him. And the nerf that he got doesn't affect this free-to-play tier list. And so, but he's been dropping since he became a really good from when he first became really good. So yeah. Okay, at 14 we have Barley. Now Barley is pretty versatile in all game modes, so he's pretty good in all 3v3. But the tanks rose, so Barley dropped a little bit, but yeah, that's basically where I put him. Oh yeah, at 13 we have Brock. Now Brock, same with Barley, kind of a little bit, but not really as much. The tanks didn't really matter to him. Okay, and so Brock is pretty good in all 3v3 except for like Brawl Ball. So yeah. Okay, at 12 we have Colt. And at 11 we have Rico. These brawlers are like very much the same. Although I think Rico's his not as much damage and bounce. Not as much damage and health cover for his bounce. His bounce covers for his not as high health and damage as Colt. And they're both pretty good in 3v3, especially since of Colt's buff, he became better. So yeah. Okay, now we're entering the A tier. Oh yeah, 10 we have Gene. So Gene is pretty solid in every single 3v3 mode, especially in Gym Grab, Brawl Ball, and Bounty. Okay, now we have Tara. Now, I think Tara, like basically in everything, Tara slightly edges out Gene. So yeah, and she edges out Gene in 3v3 too. Okay, now at 8 we have Poco. Now Poco got a buff, so that's first. And then also, since tanks got a buff, they're now gonna be, you can see them a lot more. And so Poco's good with tanks and against tanks, so it's a win-win for Poco. Okay, now at 7 we have B. And B, the rise of the tanks doesn't be any different. And also, B didn't really get a nerf. So yeah, and B's excellent in Bounty. Exceptionally good in Gym Grab. Pretty good in Brawl Ball. Pretty good in Heist. And pretty good in Siege. So yeah, all that ends up to here. Okay, at 6 we have Bo. Now Bo overall is just very versatile, so yeah. Oh yeah, at 5 we have Tick. Now Tick got a buff in the balance change, the damage buff, and it was pretty good. Although the tanks did affect him a lot, it made up for him getting a buff. Okay, at 4 we have Dynamite, another thrower. So Dynamite is really good in Heist and Siege, maybe one of the best. And in Gym Grab, he's really good. Brawl Ball, really good. And Bounty, well, it depends on the map, but he's still pretty good overall. So yeah, overall, it gets him to here. Now Carl also is very versatile and is at least good in every single 3v3. And awesome in like basically most of them. Like Gym Grab and Brawl Ball, I guess. And also like Bounty. Okay, now we're entering this S tier. These brawlers are really good at 3v3. So at number 2 we have Mr. P. Now Mr. P got a nerf, but this still makes him, he's still really good in 3v3 because he's meant for hitting multiple targets with him still having long range, pretty long range. Like it's 8 tiles, and yeah, it's just really good. Okay, now at number 1, the best brawler in 3v3 is Spike. Now Spike is number 1 in Brawl Ball in my opinion. Excellent in Heist, excellent in Siege, really good in Gym Grab, and okay in Heist. Oh, okay in Bounty, I mean. And like he got a buff, and since the rise of the tanks, since he's really good against tanks, this is just a lot for him. So this is the end of my video. I hope you like it. Like and subscribe, and bye.